Back on the big show as we continue our coverage of the national championship game. The Michigan Wolverines will look to win it for the second time in school history on Monday when they take on UConn. You look at the matchup and how these two teams got here. Been a little bit different stylistically. Michigan far and away the higher scoring team. They have been blowing teams out, have dominated the glass. UConn, you see they're positive in the rebound margin. That is distorted a little bit by the first game against Furman, where they absolutely destroyed the Paladins. But since then, rebounding has not worked in UConn's favor and have not shot the ball nearly as well as Michigan either. Dave Rebson, Andy Katz, and Rayfeld Davis as we prepare for this national championship matchup. There's so many interesting storylines, and one of them is a revenge game. Tarris Reed, who started his career at Michigan, now at UConn. We were talking about pounding Furman on the glass. He went 31-27 against the Paladins, and now the challenge for him is matching up with that massive and talented Michigan front line.
Yeah, I mean, how does he handle that situation? Also, a little bit of shade thrown, I thought, when I interviewed Ellie Cadeau after the game, and he says, you know, we got to look at the scouting report. They've got a big man that we're going to have to look at. Clearly directing that at Tarris Reed. But look, it's different than going against Illinois.
Yeah.
Because whether Yaxel is, full or, healthy or not, you've got a Daimara, you've got Merez Johnson, the bigger guards can certainly cause problems for him. He can get in foul trouble. There's a lot for him to navigate inside in this game, more so than against Illinois.
Yeah, against Illinois, he just punked those dudes. He made Zavimir Ivicic unplayable. He just dominated the interior play on the offensive end and the defensive glass. So when I look at Michigan, I always say the best way to guard Tarris Reed is to make him guard. And when you look at Daymara, how sensational he was last night against Krivas and Awaka, two great defenders at this level, throw the basketball down low, let Daymara go one-on-one. Tarris Reed is prone to pick up some early fouls, and if Danny Hurley wants to keep him out of that foul trouble, they send that double team. That's when Michigan starts moving that basketball. That's when they start playing off of kickouts. You look last night against Arizona, 22 assists. That ball has some gas in it, so it starts to move and then put them in ball screen action. You saw Elliot Cadeau navigating that ball screen last night, got Jaden Bradley in some foul trouble, got to the basket, and if you can get that one-on-one situation, get the ball off the rim, have Tarris Reed come try to block it, that's when Michigan's going to tear down that offensive glass. I love when your number one guy is an interior player against Michigan. That's the best front court defense we've seen in a long time.
It is amazing to think, with all of the talent on this Michigan roster, the way that Mara, he is the one guy who you just cannot account for. I mean, when he has it going, when they're throwing the lob, when they're working, he and Cadeau, we turned to each other a couple times during the game on Saturday and just said, what in the world are you supposed to do? There is no way in the world to stop that. The guy who gets most of the headlines, however, for Michigan is Yaxel Lendeborg, the Big Ten Player of the Year. As everyone who is watching this knows, he left briefly with an injury in the semifinal, came back, said after the game there's nothing that can keep him out of this game.
Yes.
But clearly hobbled. So how big a factor is the Lendeborg injury?
Oh, none. Yaxel's going to be okay. Nothing's broken, nothing's torn. Yaxel is a JUCO guy. Yaxel will play with a broken arm. He just needs to be out there and be productive. Go rebound, play defense. But offensively, they're not asking much from him. They're going to throw the ball in the post. So Daymara is their guy, although Yaxel's a star. But even though, hurt or not, he's going to draw the defense to him because he's going to make shots regardless.
Yeah, very quick injury update. Dusty May said the MRI was clean. And as for UConn, Sola Ball in a boot was not going to participate in anything on Sunday. We don't know his status because he turned this ankle for Monday night.
And that's the question for Yaxel. Who does Yaxel guard? You guard Solo Ball, you stick him in the corner, and you try to hide him a little bit, and you let Daymara and Tarris, you let Daymara and Merez Johnson hold down the paint.
That is the one area. I mean, Lendeborg even said yesterday when we were talking to him, hey, just put me in the corner and I'll shoot threes for you. So the offensive end, I think he feels comfortable with. It was the defensive end. I mean, look, both ends, he was favoring it, no question. But you do wonder a little bit. Again, we're talking about a historically good defense with Michigan, so they've got a lot of answers. Lendeborg doesn't have to be the biggest factor on that end of the court. Plenty more where this came from on Monday. We have wall-to-wall coverage, have this game covered from literally every angle. Cannot wait to break it down further, but that's it for now. Let's send it back to Rick in Chicago.
Dave, Andy, Rayfel, thank you. Rejoined by Sean Moore, standing just in front of Trey McKenney, young man who we heard from earlier in the show, whose role increased with the injury to LJ Kaysen. And since he has been asked to do more, he has flourished. A lot of folks, including the guy standing directly to your right, believe he could be the difference maker on Monday night.
Because of his ability to shoot the three-point shot. We saw that most recently over the last 3 ball games. He's been fantastic from behind the arc. And when they are knocking down threes, the Wolverines and McKenney in particular, I don't know how you guard him. With that inside presence, and because he is such a good foul shooter, now the fact that he's coming off a 4 of 6 performance from three-point range, Rick, a shot fake, and if UConn doesn't close out under control, he can get to the rim and draw fouls. UConn, again, very foul prone, and if you put Trey McKenney to the foul line, he knocks it down almost 90% of the time. So he's going to be really critical in this ballgame, and physically, even though he's a true freshman, he will be able to handle it. This kid is put together. He plays at a really good pace. He doesn't get sped up. He's somebody that over the last month and a half with that injury to Kaysen has just been invaluable to Michigan's chances.
You look at him, you listen to him, his physique and his mindset belies the fact that he is a freshman playing well beyond his years and a remarkably confident shooter, always a huge key going into a game of this magnitude.